Darkheart begins with a pair of adventurers out enjoying themselves, and if you don't see the appeal, obviously you're not a scuba diver. She's griping the whole way, especially when he doesn't help her to the top when she slips, though admittedly he has a very good reason for being distracted, since there's an alien machine waiting at the top of the mesa. As if the sight of that pulsing thing and your boyfriend missing isn't terrifying enough, giant mechanical spiders begin spilling out. Dating sucks in the comic book universe. After the titles, the Air Force heads in to deal with the alien threat, luckily saving at least that rock climber. Since your boyfriend's dead, are you free this evening? You can climb to the top of Mount Johnson if you want. No woman who tried has ever been disappointed. Despite their best efforts, the spiders start eating the helicopters. Embarrassing because if you're the Air Force, you need things to fly around in, otherwise you're just the Army with funny-looking chevrons. They call for help, and soon the Justice League is on its way, and without half measures. If you can fly, you're on the way, and if you can't, you ride in the back of Wonder Woman's flying minivan here. General J. Jonah Jameson calls them up to say that they're working to evacuate the 3 nearby towns, but if the Justice League could stop those alien mecha spiders, it would be much appreciated. We can already see that the machine is much larger now, converting the materials that the spiders eat into materials which to grow. So Batman buys them time by hitting them with a freezing bomb, and the rest head in and start blasting the hordes of mechanical spiders. But there's just too many of them, and they start tunneling under the team's feet, eating their jet and invading the nearby towns. Oh boy. So far, this is not going to make a good PR image for the next time Superman's on Good Morning America. John tells the general that they have a plan, though. They move the watchtower into position over the mesa, planning to blast the area with the station's main weapon from orbit, a strike that's like a small nuke, only without the nasty radiation byproduct. Except that could scatter the spiders all over the place and just cause the problem to spread, so they're just using it in this case to make a deep pit around them to try to keep them contained. The Justice League, protecting the Earth by firing death lasers at it. With them temporarily isolated, Superman uses his X-ray and telescopic vision to look into the spiders and determines that they're replicating using some kind of sophisticated technology. So Batman says they'll need to bring in Professor Ray Palmer, aka the Atom. The Atom's power is shrinking, as shown at this moment as he battles something inside a petri dish, the Thunderdome of the microbial kingdom.
He's bigger than my car now, Katie. Personally, I blame you.
How can it possibly be my fault?
Because otherwise it would be my fault. That can't be right. I'm a professor.
I can't fault that logic. They're experimenting with some kind of tiny machine, as it seems it was built wrong. So we can fix it, or we can smash it, and being a professor, he opts for the smashing thing. You have to vent your frustrations about losing your grant somehow. He's called back to the macroscopic world by Superman's arrival, and on the way back, explains von Neumann's idea of exploration via self-replicating robots. That this might be that, but in a really bad way. These robots might be planning to convert all matter on Earth into more of themselves, and there seems no way the Justice League can stop them. No matter how many they smash, there's more coming. Even the Batwing is taken out by some of the tiger-looking ones. How rich is Bruce Wayne anyway? Those things can't be cheap. Wonder if he has a third-world sweatshop somewhere that makes all this stuff. Oh, sorry. Anyway, Supes catches him and delivers the Atom into the battle.
Welcome to our nightmare. Can you help?
A threat that demands we bring in a shrinking guy to solve it. The Atom, I understand why most people call him Ray. Having a name that requires a "the" in front to make it clear you're not saying the name Atom is just kind of annoying. He explains what he believes is happening. The machine is making alterations to matter on the atomic level. You can't smash up the machine because even the tiniest bit could rebuild itself. You have to get inside and shut down the heart of the thing. And Atom, screw it, you know who I mean. Atom is the one who's going to do that. Unfortunately, Atom's superpower does not include invulnerability, so it's going to be a team effort to deliver him. Superman and a few of the others to clear the way, while Wonder Woman follows close behind carrying Atom.
Just don't squeeze.
You don't want to arrive to find the last hope for the Earth turned into a red and blue stain. Things are desperate, so much so we'll even bring out the cowboy on a motorcycle with a revolver who has to be rescued by a medieval knight on a flying horse. And when did this episode start sounding like a Mad Lib? Well, despite the fact this sounds less like an epic battle and more like a child using whatever toys he has nearby to stage this fight, Wonder Woman is starting to get knocked around. She's fighting this fight one-handed after all, and that's a real disadvantage. She just can't do this anymore.
I need both hands, Professor Palmer.
I have never in my life wished to be Adam until this moment.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Wonder Woman proceeds to lay down a beating that will go down in the annals of badassery. Which is a shame because all I can think of this whole time is she's doing this with a tiny man wedged between her boobs. Now I know where I'm spending my next vacation. Adam heads inside, and because it's only a half-hour show, he slides straight to the center of the action. Up top, the team is doing their best. And the stretchy guy fails. What did I tell you? The stretchy guys are only on a superhero team because of affirmative action laws. Inside, Adam has found a copy of the history of this thing. It was built as a weapon of war, fired by one planet at the other, which ate it up and then went on to the next planet, and so on for 50,000 years. No country for old Newman machines, I guess. It must detect the threat and starts attacking him with tendrils, but he makes it to the core control. If he can smash that, the problem is solved. I forgot, he's a professor. He doesn't hit the gym as much as the other heroes.
Break. I have no tools. Think. No tools. Except this one.
No, for God's sakes, keep your pants on, Ray! Oh, thank goodness, he was talking about his belt buckle, which he uses to get much bigger, but that still doesn't work. His last choice is to give it a heart attack, squeezing the tubes feeding it to choke off the source of its mojo and shut it down.
What did you do, Ray?
But thanks to this plan, the machine erupts goop and all the robots shut down, and Adam works his way out, having won the day.
That was disgusting.
Can you give me a ride home? The robots destroyed the jet. That's not what I meant. But things aren't completely wrapped up. The military is concerned that the Justice League happens to have an orbiting death cannon. That's no reason to worry. It's in the hands of people with good, sound judgment. Like a guy dressed like he's robbing a stagecoach, or the guy who thinks he's Robin Hood. They can handle this nuclear laser just fine, Mr. Worrywart. Darkheart was written by Warren Ellis of such classics as Global Frequency, Planetary, and Transmetropolitan, and it does have a bit of tonal shift. A quite dark episode that's mostly focused on the heroes showing up and bashing things over and over. But what other material is in there is sharply written, from the opening banter between the two rock climbers to the closing line that makes it clear what the League's job is, saving the planet even from itself. Adam, who is voiced by John C. McGinley, who among his many roles was Dr. Cox on Scrubs, might be the star, but his role is rather brief. But it's effective in fleshing him out a bit. Beyond the individual threat, this further draws into focus the concern that the authorities might have about the JLU. That weapon might be intended in defense of Earth, but it is pointed at them nevertheless, and unlike other authorities, the League really answers to no one. The implication that the military might study this alien device, which is a foolish thing, because of the potential threat the League might pose, isn't without merit. All things considered, a story that has a bit more substance to it than its apparent smash-em-up plot suggests.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!